From 2 News, this is Talkin Sports, brought to you by AAA 24/7 Roadside Service.
Welcome to the NFL Draft Special on KMYU. I am Lenard Davis Jr. And before we bring in our first guest, I gotta take you down memory lane of his playing days at Rice-Eccles Stadium. The Dark Knight returns. Thanks for joining the show, Kenneth Scott. How has life after football been treating you?
Man, all is well, man. I appreciate you having me on. Watching those highlights brought so many great memories from the gridiron with me and my brothers out there. But life's been well, man. Been doing a lot of things in the community as far as coaching kids out here, 7vs7 organization. Spending a lot of time with family and just doing a lot of good deeds in the community as far as speaking goes. So can't complain, man. All is well.
Well, I gotta ask, what are your favorite moments as a Ute?
Ooh, that's tough, man. It's tough because there's a lot of great moments that was possessed there. But I think the biggest moment for me happened to be in my senior year. Obviously, we climbed the ranks to, I think, number 3 or number 4 in the nation, beating Oregon and Autzen, demolishing them, finally getting that win against Washington, beating Michigan twice. I know that's your hometown, I'm sorry, but beat Michigan twice. So a lot of great accolades come from that season. Having my first career 100-yard season in that game. It's just a lot of great things. So I say the whole entire senior season was my favorite moment.
You know, in order to make a good impression on the scouts, what is it like to prepare for a pro day as an athlete?
Man, it's super tough, and it's tough because you're full of anxiety. You understand that one mistake can kind of sometimes mess up a lot of things, but it's a great time. It's some of the things you always dreamed of, watching, being a little kid, wanting to prep in front of these scouts. And so you just know that you have to maximize every single opportunity, and this is the moment to do it. You can't have any hiccups, and you're just hoping that preparation that you prepare for prior to can make do when the moment's there.
I was at the Utes Pro Day this year, a great atmosphere. Tell me about Devon Bailey. What do you see in him?
Man, this guy right here, man, what can I not say about him? That's the biggest thing. I'm not even going to talk about being a football player, as a person. This guy is a fantastic person, high character. As you see in the film right here, he's a great team leader, team player. And on the field, man, he has great size, great frame. You see his 40-yard dash, so he obviously has great speed, able to go up and get the ball. He's tough as nails. Obviously, he's not afraid to go out there and chase down a safety coming into the box.
Everyone knows about Cole Bishop, but tell me about Sione Vaki. The guy can play all 3 phases of the game.
Man, how many positions can't he play? That's the real question. But this guy is going to be a tremendous value to any team that ends up selecting him, whether it's on offense, defense, special teams. He reminds me of Eric Weddle. Obviously, the amount of things that he can do and the value that he can provide, he's going to be a tremendous add to any NFL team in the future.
Kenny, it's funny you mentioned that. I had the opportunity to speak to someone who worked with him very closely, and he's also a former Ute.
Ooh.
And now it's time to talk NFL draft with former Utes running back, now running back coach, Quinton Ganther. How are you doing today? Thanks for joining us today.
I'm good, man. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Of course, I'm great, man. We definitely going to dive right into it. That highlight, though, takes you back. What do you remember from that Emerald Bowl?
Man, that Emerald Bowl was my last game playing as a Ute. And not only that, I got to finish it off playing at home because I'm from the Bay Area. So all of my family and friends were there. So I got to send them off with a bang and send my Utah career off with a bang with that win.
College in general, obviously, is totally different from when you were playing. But what were some of the highlight moments for you that really took you to the next level getting ready for the pros?
Well, in college, man, the thing that I missed the most was my teammates. When I got here, it was a lot of us from a lot of different places, and to survive, we all hung together. We all held it down for each other, man. The barbecues and hanging out is what I missed the most.
Well, your senior year, you ran over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Talk about what it took for you to be able to catapult from your junior year to your senior year.
Well, when I was a junior, we had a lot of pieces. And going into my senior year, I knew a lot of it. The brunt of the work would be on my shoulders, so I just had to make sure I was ready to go. And then we had a new sheriff in town. Coach Whittingham had took over as the head coach, so I had to make sure that we made him proud too.
Your transition to the pros, I've talked to a lot of current Utes and former Utes, and they always say that, and it's proof is in the pudding as well, but everything that is being taught at the University of Utah football program is very translatable to the NFL. How was it translatable for you?
Well, the reason that a lot of the Utah players stick in the NFL because here we grind. We're taught how to work, and we're taught how to fight through adversity and tough situations. And when you get to the next level, man, that a lot of that stuff happens. It's a lot of mental. It's a lot of stuff that goes on mentally that people don't know about. So we kind of prepare for that before we get to the NFL through the Utah program and the way we do things.
What are some of the lessons that you learned as a player that you transition now and preach to your players?
Just try to be accountable. And mistakes at the next level get you sent home. Get you sent home, and then you have to answer those tough questions. What happened? And they're not going to tell you that. I was making mistakes, so they sent me home and got rid of me.
Well, at the end of the day, it worked out for you. As a former running back, now running backs coach, how monumental is to be able to have that on your resume, to be a part of your legacy?
Man, it's special because I never wanted to coach. I never wanted to get into coaching. And when I retired from playing, I came back to school here at Utah, and they kind of tricked me into coaching. And now I'm stuck. I'm stuck into it. I'm about 12 years in now, and it's been monumental because this is where it all started at.
Well, surprise addition to your running back room last season due to injury, Sione Vaki became a stalwart in that running back room, created some spark in that running game. Talk about the transition that he took from defense to offense.
Well, man, it was effortless for the kid. He had played wide receiver in high school, so he was familiar with the offensive side of the ball. So all I had to do was teach him the game plan. We had a game plan for him with 12 to 15 plays a game, and we'll meet and we'll go over the techniques of the plays, and we'll walk through them in the meeting room. And then on Saturdays, you just let him go and let him be him. And he showed the world that he's a special player.
During his pro day, he did not leave the field, did offense, defense, special teams. What makes him so special? And then also, how important was him to get that 40 time up from 4.6 at the combine to 4.5 unofficially at his pro day?
Well, in the league, we always have this phrase: the more you can do, the more valuable you are to a team, because those are spots that they don't have to fill because they can plug you into any one of those spots at any given time. So you save those guys' roster spots. And with him being able to play offense, defense, special teams, even guys understand you find a role on the special teams on the team, you can last for a long time being valuable on teams. And then not only that, he's just gifted. He's gifted with the ball in his hand, and he's a smart player, and he can do it all.
Well, everyone knows about your running back room. Mekhi Bernard's coming back, a pivotal veteran. But elaborate on the other guys that in that running back room that people should be looking out for this season.
We have a lot of guys. That should help us this year. You got Mekhi, again, you got Jalen Glover still available. You have Charlie Vincent. You have Dejon Stanley, Mike Mitchell. Then you have John Randall. You have a lot of guys that are fighting for touches in this Utah offense this year. So the ones that are most productive are the ones that's going to play.
Production in the Big 12 is necessary to win games. Talk about the preparation for the Big 12.
Well, this is we've already started taking some sneak peeks at some teams just to give us a step ahead, because we're playing a lot of teams that we're unfamiliar with. So we got to start getting familiar with those guys early. It'll be a challenge for us. And we're preparing our guys right now for that challenge.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking a few minutes with us to talk the NFL draft. Stay tuned. We have more coming on the NFL Draft Special.